Right, so hopefully another quick one of the Lake District, which has been very badly flooded of late. I'll wet the paper, ooh, a bit dirty. I'll wet the paper all over. I've just done a flooded one. It's okay, it's a sketch really. I'm painting on the back of it because I'm not going to sell it or anything. It's a demonstration and trying to create an impression of the floods from pictures on the television. Not living within 250 miles of the Lake District. Okay, so colour palette is lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna. So I put in well, it's quite a dramatic sky for this one, so a bit of warming raw sienna. Okay, we'll put a bit of blue in there because there's a blue sky going over, but just a touch. Okay, a bit of light red. Okay. Then the water. And I'll just reflect the paper, which has expanded. It's Fabriano, £130, very good paper for wetting wet because it's cheap. But it's also good as it dries, it gives some lovely effects. But not always. Or some threatening skies that they've had over this lovely area. Keep the heavy stuff on one side. Yes. Right, put in some, using those colours, we've put in some distant hills. Some warmer colours in there. Right, some nice thick while that's wet, I'll put in some reflection. I'm not so sure I like that there. Just get that. Right, okay, let's just put those in. I'm not working from anything, I'm just putting in some reflections. I'm just working from my imagination at the moment, such as it is. Right, let's just get some thick paint along here, along this tree line here, or this shoreline, I say. Okay. paint is really wet now. Thick. Right. I'll just reclip it again. I'll give it a try before I carry on. I want to put the beaches in. See if I can give a better impression of than the last one of flood. Right, I haven't thoroughly dried it. I'm going to put some harder stuff in now on that up here. Now I'm trying to go up hill here. I'm going to edge into that with some tree trunks and stuff. Slight change of colour there, it's a bit thick greeny. Seem to be going up or downhill now, so that makes a change. Usually going uphill. Okay, well that'll do. Doesn't really matter there. Okay, right, let's put in some bits of flooded. Leave some of this. Right, okay. Got some warmer colours. Well, not even thick. With this sort of a beach. Some sienna in there. See, now it's dry brushing, lovely. Keep that sparse there for the flood impression. More greens. Do some of this with a rigger. Just more warm bits in here. Then a bit of detail with a rigger. The way I use the rigger for this is just put it down and just flick it up and then flick down. Just give an impression of reflections, but you do need to have some water. Well, it's so easy to do, but I think it's quite effective. Just I'm not going to put any rocks on there, but what I want to do is to just lift out some bits on this tree line over here, on this shore, and just do some reflections. Try to get your reflections underneath what they're reflecting. Might put well, you wouldn't have a flood and boats, would you really? But why not? Scrape out a bit of the shoreline along here. Okay, now we need a bit more detail in this foreground. Just put in some tree stuff. Just a bit stark. Don't need too much detail. I like the background of this. Just a sort of a scrubby shore, showing the floods. Just an impression of this. It's sad. Carlisle is badly flooded. I've only been there once. We took the motorway out from London years ago with our, what was then a fairly newish Cortina estate, and the wife, 2 children. We had a cottage in on the outskirts of Carlisle, very easy to get into the Lake Districts. Okay, bridge. Okay, that's fine. I like that. I'm quite pleased with that. Not a great deal of detail. But I reckon we could get away with a couple of little yachts on there, just to as a focal point. Find a yacht sail brush, and find my gouache in this bit large palette. It's what I used to use well over 30 years ago, when Ron Manson came out with this lovely technique of using a hake with a bushes tray, but he used paint straight from the tube. I'm using mine quite thick as well as thin. Right. Put a little bit of detail in. This is nothing. It's just suggestions of whatever you want it to be. Boats. Just a little bit of little buildings, if you wish. Whatever you want. Just to give a little bit of interest on that horizon. Right, I'm going to put that in a mount. I think I prefer this one to the one I've just done. definitely got a bit of the blue mount on that one. Right, let's just put that there. Don't look. You'll be surprised. Right, okay. Right, so there we are. An impression of Lake District, Cumbria. Doesn't exist in reality, but it exists in my mind. So there we are. So my sort of painting, I'm happy doing this sort of thing. But they're not as hard as maybe you think. Now it looks as if I've put a lot of detail in that, but I've exploited the high spots on the paper as it dried to create this hit and miss effect. Very, very effective. It's one of the lovely effects of watercolour, and if you get really rough paper you can get some wonderful effects. Here we've just got a solid wash here and there because it's under this cloud, and I've put loads of blue in the background with a bit of warming red here and there, plus the trees on that horizon. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.